Wow, nothing like knocking a little Bach off here at 8:30 in the morning at minus 30 degrees.
I am so caffeinated right now.
Please have a seat now. In the studio with me is violinist Nikki Chooi. And you know what? My mistake. He's been here a few times with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra. So this is his third time with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra. And again, he's in town performing with them this weekend. A little bit about Nikki before we start chatting. He was born in Victoria, British Columbia, began his studies in Victoria Conservatory of Music, where at the age of 9 he became a protege of Sidney Humphreys. He is a graduate of the Mount Royal Conservatory, as well as undergrad from Curtis Institute of Music, and recently completed his studies at the Juilliard School. He is the first prize winner of the 2013 Michael Hill International Violin Competition, and winner of the 2013 Astral Artists Auditions, and a laureate of the 2012 Queen Elizabeth Violin Competition. And he's in some good company there with the likes of David Oistrakh and Vladimir Pim and Leonard Kogan. So, it's quite a resume. Congratulations. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. It's really great to be here. I've been waiting to come back to Winnipeg for a long time. So.
Well, you've been busy. I can see that, huh?
Yeah.
Before let me chat a little bit about your background and growing up in BC and how did you come about playing the violin?
Let's see. My parents got me involved into a various amount of activities, including sports, music, art, and violin was just one of the activities I did as a kid. But I guess over time, it was the activity that I was most interested in, most passionate about, and I guess I excelled the most. So that what kept me going and kept my interest up, and here I am over the years.
And here you are. Yeah, I mean, it's been quite a marathon, I'd say, in the last few years, huh?
Yeah.
Winning the competition in 2013, in particular, I guess, a year and a half ago, gave you a chance to get out there and explore the world and play across the world. Part of winning that is they give you a tour, right?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it was a huge honor to win the Michael Hill competition, and the prizes attached to it gave me exposure, gave me an opportunity to, like you said, just a tour around New Zealand, and then various concerts attached to it, such as one in Australia and an upcoming one in Chicago as well in April. So, yeah.
What do you feel like? I mean, competitions, right? I mean, there's a lot of people involved in competitions, all sorts of different competitions. Yeah. What do you feel getting onto the stage when you're just about to prepare for a competition and it's your turn?
Well, I guess ideally, one should prepare a competition just like any other performance. You know, you want it to first of all be technically solid, your own interpretive ideas, be mindful of other things, various things, and but sometimes it's kind of hard mentally when you go up on stage because before and after you, there was someone else playing and you're being judged upon that. But, I mean, that's an ideal scenario would be, you just go up and perform and that's it.
And that's it. Simple.
Yeah.
Just the Bach this morning, the live. Oh, I'm going to play live? Okay, I'll just quickly get ready and do it, right?
Yeah.
But I guess, I mean, you spend a lot of time preparing in advance, so the time just before the concert is more just the time to maybe be at peace and be at calm and focus on that work.
The woodshedding, the hard work is done in the practice room, and when you're on stage, it's where where it's a time to express and communicate with the audience. Yeah.
As a performing solo violinist, how often do you prepare every day? How often do you practice on a daily basis?
Well, I guess during my studies when I was at school at Curtis or Juilliard, I tried to set aside at least approximately 5 to 6 hours a day, just my own time to practice. But I guess these last few months, when this is my first year out of school, by the way, and I've just, I guess, like what I practice is what I have coming up. So it really depends. Sometimes it can take a lot more, sometimes not as much. So it varies nowadays, depending on what's coming up.
I've got Nikki Chooi in the studio with me. He's in town this weekend performing with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra, music of Dvorak. How often do you play the Dvorak?
Let's see. I guess I first worked on it when I first came to Curtis, maybe 7-8 years ago, and I've played it with orchestra once before. So this
second
is
time?
my second time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about the work? What is your...
Oh, it's one of my favorite pieces. It's really gorgeous, and it's also interesting how he connects the first two movements together. It's in form-wise, it's quite interesting. The first movement is not your standard, like exposition, development, coda. The coda is kind of embedded into linking it into the second movement, and I think it's a really beautiful transition. And the last movement is just something out of the country, it's folk music. It's something. It's one of those pieces where you have to really bring to life each and every character and expression. So, yeah.
I wanted to, before we talk about sort of what's happening in your life now, I want to talk about Juilliard just for a minute. Now, Juilliard is sort of like one of the storied schools to study music at. What was your experience like there?
Oh, it was great. I mean, first of all, being in New York City, that was quite something. I mean, at least I can say I did that. I've been there, done that. To live in New York for 2 years. Also, the school. You just get, people coming in and out, and people you've looked up to, you've admired over the years. They're just there. And the teachers I work with, Ida Kavafian and Don Wallerstein, were really, really great mentors to me, and I couldn't be happier studying with them. So, yeah.
And you also have a brother.
Yes,
that plays violin too. A younger brother.
A younger brother. Yeah, he is. He's currently at Curtis, studying with Ida Kavafian as well, and yeah, he's. We really push each other. We respect each other, and we're really close. Two of us as siblings. So, yeah, I can't be happier to have a family member kind of go through the same path as I am. So.
Well, almost literally,
yeah,
it's literally the same path.
Much,
that's pretty unusual. I mean, usually, brothers might go their own way. They might do the same thing, but go their own route. But he's following right in your footsteps, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't get you nervous at all, just more excites you.
No, it excites me because, we really benefit from each other, I mean, first of all, on a personal level, we're able to help each other out when we have something to coming up. We can play for each other. We give, advice and all that. But also, from a career point of view, we're starting to play a lot together more and more, and it's great. I mean, it's something different, and I think it attracts. It's attractive. Yeah.
Now you've finished recording CD, right?
Yes.
Part of winning the competition is you get money towards putting out a CD. So it's all ready. It's all ready to go. When does it actually come out?
I think it's in the editing process. So
in the editing process,
it'll come out later during the spring. So
do you want to give us an idea of what's on it?
What's on it? It's Prokofiev Sonata, Ravel Sonata, and Ravel Zagan. So yeah.
Very nice, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to come back and chat a little bit more, but I wanted to play. They sent us some music that we can play for you. This is a recording that you did of Gershwin. You want to tell us a little bit about the Gershwin preludes when you put these on?
Yeah. Let's see. There are 3 preludes by Gershwin originally for solo piano. But the great Jascha Heifetz, he did a lot of great transcriptions of other instrumentations for violin. So this is for violin and piano, and it's really virtuosic, obviously, coming from Jascha Heifetz. Yeah. And it's just really fun to put together. They're really great encore pieces.
Okay, let's have a listen. This is Nikki Chooi performing some Gershwin. He's in the studio with me. We'll be right back with him right after this. Violinist Nikki Chooi with a couple preludes by Gershwin coming. He's got a brand new CD coming up. Well, hopefully in the next several months, that will make its way into our station, hopefully. So I've got him in the studio right now. We're chatting because he's in town with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra performing Dvorak. Now, you play a very special violin.
Yes,
you want to tell us about the violin?
Sure. It's really a privilege for me to be playing on this 1700 Stradivarius, nicknamed Taft, after I guess a family member of the U.S. President Taft. Yes, it's on loan to me for 3 years through the Canada Council Instrument Bank collection.
3 years.
Yeah.
So what have you learned about the instrument in terms of its, not in its history, but in terms of its feel and its musicality?
Right. Actually, it was quite a challenge for me when I first started playing on this instrument. I really had to adjust the way I've been playing on other instruments before I had this violin. I realized I had to use a lot more speed, a lot more kind of letting the violin sing for itself instead of making it play. So I guess more of a Zen-like approach to it. And yeah, I'm still learning from it. There's so much to it. I mean, it's a violin made from one of the the greatest violin makers of all time, and yeah, I'm just privileged to be a tiny part of its history.
From 1700, eh?
Yeah, 1700. So before Mozart existed,
Wow,
it's quite something. Yeah.
Well, it's a privilege to have you and the instrument in the studio with me this morning. Thank you for coming in this morning and actually playing live. That was a real treat for us, and I hope you have a great time this weekend.
I will.
And
thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Again, love to have you back again sometime.
Thank you.
Been chatting with Nikki Chooi, the Canadian violinist who is in town performing with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra Friday and Saturday night. If you don't have tickets yet, you can still get them, wso.ca. Go and check it out. It's a great show. It's Dvorak, Rachmaninoff, and a world premiere by Vincent Ho. So definitely go and check that out this weekend. And I asked Nikki if he had a favorite track or one that he wanted to hear now. So he chose, because he just saw that I had a Piazzolla lined up for the 9 o'clock hour. How about some Piazzolla? So, okay, here is from Las Cuatro Estaciones, and he chose Spring. Here is the Griffin Trio.